The plan for today's video is we're going to be going ahead and taking on the new boss here on the server. Etheria has a location that actually has a boss that happens right at this spot, and you can warp to it with this command in chat. Basically, what you do is fight the boss and you can get a ton of good loot, and I do want to go ahead and fight it. They just recently added it within like a few days ago. The boss is going to spawn in about 12 minutes, and the reason for that is because in Minecraft chat, I have a mod that tells me exactly what minute a chat message is sent. So when the boss message is sent that it spawns, it'll tell me what minute it was sent at, so I know when to come back and fight the boss. But before we go ahead and fight the boss, I do want to prepare and give a heads up on what I'm going to be using to make sure that I can get some damage in and get some free loot. But before we do that, make sure to check if you are subscribed with notifications, because it really would support the channel. Anyways, let's go to the island. I did also change the iron golem farm. I do want to mention we were losing money drops because the iron golems were falling too slow and they were burning some of the loot in the lava. So I reduced it by a lot by building this upwards more. And I do want to give a rundown of what I'm going to be using for gear. I'm going to be using my set that I built in previous videos with speed 2, even though I don't really need it. It's just the only option I can really go with, because I could use strength 1, but we are going to be using in PV7 a ton of strength 2 pots. We only need one per boss fight because it lasts less than a minute. So it's pretty convenient that I have a ton of potions. I bought them off AH. They were 100,000 per one, so it was pretty cheap. And right now we have a stack of iron golems in total with 3 different variants of upgraded ones, but it's pretty good. We've been making a ton of money. I haven't sold the chest recently because there's really no point. Now that I think about it, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and sell. So we're gonna do slash skins, and I think I don't need to use the speed set. I guess I can just use money because I do need money set on this. The only problem is when I'm farming, I'm gonna be slower, so that's kind of unfortunate. But I mean, I'm mainly doing bosses right now, so it's fine. So I put the money set on. Now we have a 0.15 boost, and we're gonna go ahead use sell ones that we have here, as well as one in here, and we're gonna go ahead just start selling. Oh, actually, while I continue this, I'm gonna use a personal booster so I can make sure I'm making the most out of this. There we go. That sell wand broke. I'm gonna use these ones actually first because technically they have better multipliers, and now we'll use this one. I haven't sold in like half a day, so there's gonna be a decent bit of loot here. I guess what I can do is just spam right click and press shift at the same time. What isn't a bad idea, it just won't sell every single chest, so maybe if I do it upwards is a better idea. I have no clue. I'm just gonna do it anyways. Get this done and over with so we can make a ton of money. And we have about 7 minutes until boss. And these bosses give a ton of money if you get in the top placements. Turns out the boosters expired, but we did get most of it done with the boosters, so that's fine. Can't complain about that. We still made a ton of money. And I'm gonna be also using a droid pet as well as a Zeus sword to make sure I make the most amount of damage on this. Most people usually try to get sharpness 7 to do as much damage to the boss, but I only have sharpness 6, and that's the best I can really use. Plus it's on netherite, so it does even more damage. And then with the droid pet, it gives haste 3. My assumption is on this version, basically haste gives a attack speed boost. I believe on under 1.8 the version, haste doesn't do anything, so I thought I'd go ahead and use a droid pet just so we can get more hits in potentially. But we're gonna go into PV7, grab out a strength pot, and we're gonna head over here in a second. Someone just bought my piggy pet for 250 million. Let's go. But let's go ahead, go to warp, and then it's POHAKU. I don't know how to say that. So usually the boss spawns right on this gold block, and you can't stand on the gold block. You have to stand and shift around the edge and attack the boss. Is currently the concept of how boss works on the server. Surprisingly, there's like no one at this boss, what is kind of concerning because it does do damage, so I might switch my set out. I'm gonna grab out this armor set just in case, because I don't really want to die with this in case the boss targets me. And the droid pet's not really a problem. I mean, it is a problem, but we're gonna roll with it anyways. Same with the sword, because we want the most damage we can do. Okay, so I ate my gapple and I actually drank the potion, so we should be ready. The boss should spawn pretty quick here within less than a minute. And I forgot to mention the boss is custom as well. It looks really cool. Here we go. The boss has spawned, and now we gotta jump crit it so we can do as much damage as possible. It's shaking our screen. Oh my gosh. Like, look at this. Oh my gosh, it's shaking it. I'm clicking as fast as I can to do as much damage damage as possible. I want to get good stuff out of this. We got less than 30 seconds of strength. Should be enough. There we go. We got a placement. We got, I think, in the top 5 because we got a heart or whatever. So we got a medium and a small turkey pouch. What isn't too bad. That's usually the go-to for me, at least right now, is getting about this placement or without this. But if we open the first pouch, we can get a ton of money and XP and mob coins, as you can see. And we'll go ahead, open up the next one, and we got almost max amount of money we can get from that. We got almost 200 million from that. Wow, that's insane. And then I don't know what this heart does. I'll probably hold on to it because it is from the boss, so I might as well hold on to it. Who knows, we might need it for recipes at some point. But there we go, we have managed to complete the boss. It is pretty OP, so I recommend you guys do the boss if you are gonna do it. But there we go.